Alright, man. Hey, everybody. There you go. It's just a demo. Nice to see everybody in here. It's a good number of viewers. The sound mix alright with you? Volume, game volume, chat volume. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna be jumping in here. This is the Amazing Night Dive version. And this does have the 9 Inch Nails stuff. Yeah. Finally got it in. No CD required. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna play single player. I'm gonna play for, you know, probably 90 minutes or something. And then I'll do Q&A so people can ask questions, and our moderators will get me some of those questions to answer. And so yeah, so this game, unbelievably, Quake. You know, we made that game in '95, and then half of 1996. Then we published it, put it out there, and you know, did really well. But this game actually was, we started working on this game in 1991 in January, just after delivering the first Commander Keen trilogy. It was going to be an RPG, and we worked on it for a couple weeks, and we stopped working on it because we all just talked and said, you know what, this is not going to be cool. We don't have the tech for the game that we need to make to do Quake. And so we just said, we'll put it on ice and we'll come back to it later when we feel like we got the Quake to make, or we got the tech to make Quake happen. And that actually took another 4 years before we could actually get the technology. So yeah, that's what we did. Commander Keen, prototype of an RPG type thing for Quake. Decided only after a couple weeks to get it. We started working on the second, well, we were working on Dangerous Dave and the Haunted Mansion, actually, which I think a lot of you have played. And, yeah, and it was a lot of games that year. It was 1991, we made 13 games that year. And, you know, if you want to read all about how we did everything so fast, and, you know, just basically the whole thing, I have a book called Doom Guy out. If you go to Romero.com, you can check out the book and all the other cool stuff we got. And what I'm going to do here is we're doing a single player game, brand new. This is cool because this has all of the add-ons and stuff in here. I'm just going to play the original because I don't think people have seen me play the original. I'm going to talk about the design of Quake while going through it, because you know, that might help people's trying to remember questions the whole time until the end. I could just do this, and so like right here, this start room. This was a really new thing. We didn't have a start room in any of our other games. You just hit like boom, level 1, and you're playing. This here was my idea to get rid of the difficulty menu that could say easy, medium, hard, and instead I just made 3 hallways. There's an easy hallway, there's the normal, you can kind of see, and then the hard one, because you have to actually jump over here. There's some zombies on the walls. This normal one, yeah, you're going up a slope. It's not difficult. I probably should have had something going on here a little bit more than just this. Like, easy is just go straight, but I'm not gonna do that. Go back through here and you can reselect. So let's try hard, because that's cool. And then when you come in here, I was like, how about when you go past that, you choose the episode that you want to play as well, and you just continue. This is the same level, so this is the second episode here. Second episode. This whole thing seems like it's completely unlocked here. Yeah. Third episode. So normally you can't go through these doors. You need rooms to get through these doors. You got water volume there. What you have to do is these are locked, and you can't go through these. And you have to kind of go through the first episode first and beat it, and then go through the other episodes. So I'm gonna start with the first one. I don't know why it's not locked. Maybe I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. So this here is a slip gate. I came up with this concept to have a teleporter that takes you to a different time and place. So instead of a teleporter, it's a slip gate. And so there are teleporters, like this is a teleporter right here. That's within the same continuum and time period, you know, going through there. But the slip gate takes you to another dimension. Okay, let's see. I need to make sure I got good volume here. All right. So let me see. Can you hear me? Is the mic up loud enough, or is the game too loud? Find out. Hello there. Do the slip gates. I'm just trying to find out. Sound is fine. All sounds good. Game like 10% too loud. Okay. Okay. Game. Let me see. Oh, that's cool. You saw the Bjarna C++ documentary. That's so cool. Okay, let me turn down the volume of the game just a little bit. Let's go here. Although that's the music. Let me turn down the music in the game. I think that might be what needs to come down. Yeah. Okay, how's that? Music? Does that help? How did we get Trent to compose the music for the game? Well, we thought, oh, it'd be so cool if he would, if we could get 9 Inch Nails to do music for this game. So we got in contact with our Hollywood agent, who happened to be managing 9 Inch Nails. So we already had the right agent, so he just connected us to them, and we found out that they used to play Doom Deathmatch on their tour bus a lot, and so that was like, okay, let's get together and start talking. So Trent and Chris and those guys came over to the office, and we basically hung out and talked about like what the sound of this game should be. You know, it's totally an ambient soundtrack with no lyrics. That was what was important, to make sure the action is forward. Like, that's what we want to hear. But that needs to be a disturbing soundtrack, because this game is supposed to be just disturbing to be in. And so the ambient soundtrack should reflect that this is a hostile world, or these are 4 hostile dimensions that you're in. So yeah, they basically said yeah, hell yeah, we're excited about it, and that's what they did. Sound design, thanks a lot. Sound design was really fun to do. American helped as well with probably about half the sound effects. He got the sound effects for the player from Trent, actually voicing the screams and stuff at the player, the jumps. So he got those in, but I got all the rest of a lot of the other sound effects, like that, those little noises, the healths and mega healths and pentagrams, all that stuff. So we other than the soundtrack, all the rest of the sound effects were done internally. All the sound is done edited software. Let's see. Also, just wanted to say, everybody probably saw the news about Bobby Prince, our amazing composer for all of our games, including Doom 2. Super nice guy. He was just amazing to work with. Wonderful person. He was on site, kicking ass, staying up with us, making making music, making sound effects. You know, he just did everything. He got really good at it, and he used to bring all of his equipment with him, kind of like going on tour. He just brought all his stuff, and yeah, we worked with him for years. He was just the nicest person, and he had a really amazing career. You know, he was he was in battle. He was a lawyer. He got into music, you know, long before that, and he just got really good at playing it live. And you know, we lucked out that Scott Miller knew him, and he connected us with Bobby in April of 1991, and that was when I started talking to him about all the technology that we're doing with MIDI in our upcoming second Commander Keen trilogy with Keen 4, 5, and 6. And so he was getting himself all up on MIDI technology, and you know, getting his keyboard all set up and listening to every single MIDI instrument in the general MIDI sound set, which I think is 128 instruments. So he was trying to find instruments and tones that could substitute for sound effects, so you could have MIDI sound effects. So he was just like doing everything he could to help us make really good audio in the games. So kind of like, interestingly, back then, before Quake, our games, some of our earlier games, if you like, before like Wolfenstein, really, we made a lot of games back then, and before Wolfenstein, if you were going to listen to audio, you would choose either the PC speaker or Sound Blaster for music, you know, or Ad-Lib for music. But the sound effects were not digital back then. We didn't do them digitally. We did them as MIDI. So you're either listening to PC speaker or you're going to get MIDI sound effects and MIDI music. And it was a very unique time. And then we went digital with Wolfenstein and just started changing. Yeah, I think Wolfenstein also supported PC speaker, and it supported MIDI sound effects, and it supported digital sound effects. So, you know, Spear Destiny and Wolfenstein both had those options. But then, like with Quake, was just pure digital, you know, and CD audio for the music. Unfortunately, with CD audio, we wanted to have digital music, but it was not allowed per the contracts that we signed. All right, let's see. Yeah, so anyway, Bobby was amazing. I don't know if you guys have listened to his Duke Nukem soundtrack, but oh my god, he and Lee Jackson were incredible. I listened to that soundtrack every day for years because I loved all of that music. And Duke 3D was such an amazing game. I loved it. It came out pretty close to Quake's release. I mean, the shareware came out, I think, in January or February of '96. So, you know, people could get ready for the full release. And I love that game so much, and the music. So, you know, Bobby was a huge part of the success of all the games that we made, and, you know, Duke and other games they made. So yeah, we're gonna be remembering Bobby while we're playing this. I'm gonna go through. Here comes Quake's anniversary. Coming right up. Let's go through the first one. This is the first episode, Dimension of the Doom, the mystical past comes alive. So here we are. So only if you guys had played Doom would you understand that this was a really big deal when you first came out of this portal and saw these angles on the ceiling. That wasn't possible, not possible before Quake, and then a slope, going down a slope was like, whoa, that was crazy that there was a slope. Blinking lights. If you want to go down a trivia hole with the lights, the light flickering was done with a text string. M was the middle of the flicker, and it was like MNNMMN. And it's a long string that actually is in many games. A lot of games use that same string as the way to flicker their lights. So maybe do a Google on Quake light flicker, maybe Easter egg or something. So in this room, I wanted to teach players all of the new things. I'm assuming that people have played Doom, and I need to have a pretty easy intro to Quake. So I needed people to see like what you could do, but you know, and I chose hard mode. Normally, there's no enemy in this hallway, but you would be coming down here. You see flickering lights, which you saw in Doom. You know, the flickering lights, but these lights are not as yellow as those lights. You know, like these are kind of normal, but these are broken. And like, well, sure, you can jump now. So this is like, oh, you can jump up into areas. Doom didn't have jumping. Newsflash. This is new technology, new jumping technology. And if you shot that door went backwards and it slid sideways. And then I just ran over the shotgun shells there, and I found a secret area. But that door going backwards and sliding sideways is the secret door of every secret door in Quake does that. It goes back and it slides sideways. I did the Quake C for that because I thought it was important to standardize secret doors, and I thought, you know, let's make it do this. This is a nice, easy way to do it, to do a secret door. So then coming in here, you see lots of cool ceiling stuff. You could have done that in Doom, except for those sides that are angled. Couldn't do that. Those angles, all this stuff. Now here, you can see underneath. You can see underneath there. That doesn't exist in Doom. You can't have a, you know, a level above a level like this. Did not exist. So this was a way to teach the player, hey, jump over here and go get secret stuff. And that's armor. Okay, I'm shooting that wall. You see nothing happens. And you can see that little texture up there, that little symbol, which became a big part of Quake 2. And then this. The doors in Doom slid up. The doors in Quake slide sideways. And that was a really big thing. Trivia here is these doors were so hard to make because I had to like draw them. The way I had to do it in the editor was draw them and then rotate them and move them into place in the world. The way that everything was done in these levels was very painstakingly done. It was not easy. It was not trench broom. It was hard. It took a lot of time. But these were really cool. Good sound effect. Really nice, you know, action there, having a door open like that and close. No game had done that. All right, and we have, and then we got bad guys over there, and dogs. Back to Wolfenstein. All right, get some health. All right, and then we have water. Players are getting to see so much stuff here. Sky, parallaxing, clouds, back plane, forward plane. There's sky audio. There's also the water, and you probably can't tell right now, but there is a water sound, and that water sound and the sky sound are automatically played, and designers did not need to place any audio for those two things. If the game renderer knew that those were being played or were being rendered, then it was going to get played. So it kept it really easy for design, which was kind of like a hallmark of one of John Carmack's development processes, is just to make things easy for design so you can focus on the actual like level design and not a whole bunch of too much fiddling around. So you can see here, you know, I'm running around the ground, going in here, and then it goes down so you can go underwater. So it's just like letting the player see what it's like to be in water, probably thinking, oh, I see, they're not really gonna let me go underwater, but then you go underwater. And so, oh, secret area, and look at that, 100 health, which actually would have been smarter to wait. But yeah, you can see these dudes dead. Come up here, stand on that, door opens. There's a classic secret door, and that was the lift. Goes down. I could write it down if I want, but I'm coming back up if I'm gonna do anything. All right. Okay, so this is the lights here, with the blue and everything. Thank you, Night Dive. A lot of real cool work on this remaster, adding colored lights and stuff. Okay, so another one of these doors. You already know how it's going to open, but there's a scene happening behind the door, which is basically those soldiers are just patrolling. But they're patrolling near an explosive. Boom! Alright, see you guys later. Took care of that. There's Jibs. Lots of Jibs. Dogs. Dogs are doing things. Okay, you can see that there. And then that one. Oh, look at that. It's animating. Shoot it! Look at that. Secret platform. And that is also rotating. Another secret. And there is the Quake. I'm not gonna get that right now. It's too powerful. I'll get it later. But this is the first level. There's so much stuff in this first level. Those guys. Die. Alright, I'm gonna... That guy. I know. There's a... Okay, I'll do it. Alright. I don't know how many of you were wanting me to come up here. Hard mode had that guy waiting. Oh, lights went out. Level 3. Doom E1M3. That's just a little reminder. Come on down here. Boom. That was one of the cool things also, is just showing off the speed of the movement in here. You can see the cool shadows. If you fall in, there's a way to get out, so I'm not punishing people for exploring. And then if you are actually paying attention and looking, you see a target. Shoot that target, and now you get a double barrel shotgun. Yeah, lots of stuff in here, and you get to see more of that. More stuff up there. Now we're gonna go this way. Okay. Is this? No. Oh. Okay. I think they're coming up here to do something to me, but I don't think so. Come on, barrel roll. There's a guy up there. Okay. That dog was really... Okay, so these things are pretty cool. You get close to them, press these buttons, they go up. That guy's up there, and if you pay attention to that, you can see, oh, look at it. You have to press 3 buttons. I didn't press all 3 buttons. Did I press that one? Did I oh, here's the red one. Press that one. Now the sequence is completed. And if I wanted to, I could just jump up here and go out right there. But I'm not going to because of that. That guy was up there, and look at that. Stairs. Wow. Another guy. Jibbed with a double barrel. Alright. So you kind of go up here, up here, up here, up there, jump up these guys, and get the secret. There's also a suit that I could get in here. I think the suit's right back here. Let me see. There it is. So if I go in the suit, then I can go in here. Now, I don't think I hit anything in this. I made this level, by the way. I didn't say that earlier. So, oh, look at this. I can swim through the next area. Or below the next area. Okay. Oh, look at that. Come on. Well, let me go down here. Come up the center. There we go. Come out a teleporter right above the front door. Look at that. Look at this. There's so many little secret loops in this level. It's not just that one either, because there's one here. Remember this? There's that. You can actually go through that. Go back to the front if you want. Loops inside of loops. So if I jump over that and land it right here. Lethal. Quad, everybody. And right there, remember the water? Yeah, that's where I would have gotten the other 100 health. So, yeah. Look at that symbol there. Alright. There it is. Of course, it took forever. I'm not going to meet par. But I did get all the secrets and kills. So, yay. Oh, man. Bump into me at download next year. Let me see. I love this game. 2026 Doom ramp. Like, you can't pet the dogs. Sorry. Also, if you notice, you see the screen is the camera's kind of looking around just a little bit there. I really wanted that. Really wanted that to happen. The game basically chooses one of 4 cameras placed in the level to look at when it gets to this area, and it has like this little look around thing. That look around is actually in the game as you move around, but it's set to 0. And I did want it to be a certain, a little bit higher value, but some of the guys just didn't want that to happen. So I kept it at 0, but people can change it now. Anyway, I wanted to say thanks to the whole id Software team. There were really 10 of us that worked on this game back then. There was basically programming was John Carmack and Michael Abrash, who did basically the renderer and the engine, and did such a cool job. John Cash, he did the networking, and after he left id, he became the lead programmer on World of Warcraft. We had Dave Taylor, did a really great job, worked on sound, networking, bunch of stuff. Dave did a lot of work, and then we had Adrian and Kevin for art, been with us forever. And then there was me and Tim and American McGee and Sandy Peterson, and yeah, there was just 10 of us working on the game, and it was 18 months, basically 18 months of us working on this thing. And we had an original design that we were doing at the very beginning, and then we kind of shifted gears around November of '95 and came up with what you see here. So this was kind of like taking all the medieval type stuff and the weird dimensions that we were creating, and then like putting them together into one thing. So really kind of each of the episodes was a designer, their thought process and their design aesthetics. So this first episode here is made up of levels from I think almost all of us designers. I did the first one, and then basically I think Tim did multiple levels, and then American and Sandy, and then the second episode is mine, third episode is American, fourth episode is Sandy's. So you can see here we're going to go to the next level. That fade was not in the original. Also, this game was released about a year before the first 3D card was ever released, the Monster 3D card. So this game actually was drawn pixel by pixel manually, 60 frames a second for a year before the game actually, or a year before GPUs actually came out. And we actually worked with NVIDIA to help establish like what the rendering pipeline could be, the way that we would want it to be, the way we want to talk to GPUs. We basically worked with them on how to define that. So there was a lot of the creation of today's pipelines and stuff done back in 1995, 96. So this here, you can see second episode or second level has a lot of cool crates because things are being transported. This Quake was the big bad guy, and he was stealing all these things through slipgates and transporting them. These are like possessed military dudes. Of course, there's tons of exploration. If you start swimming, you're gonna be exploring, learning all kinds of stuff. And so we did a lot of cool like design with steps. You know, steps are a different color. You can see that. We had, you know, heavy iron licking metal everywhere and wood to give you that castle-y feeling. And this is like a really interesting castle-y kind of design from like a different dimension. So yeah, this is these guys are grenade launching chainsaw orcs or ogres. So, and then there's like a knight right there. Boom. Yeah. I'll switch. The nail gun, courtesy of American McGee, actually. American programmed this gun in QUAKE'S. He wanted to play around. He really loved 9 Inch Nails so much. So he put a 9 Inch Nails logo in the Ultimate Doom in his very first level of episode 4. And we didn't even know, like, he put it in there, and then we did not even know that later that year we'd be talking to 9 Inch Nails about doing the music for this game. But the nail gun is really cool. We have a super nail gun too. It's like a chain nail gun. Also, you can see like opening locked doors. You don't have to press enter. You just walk up to it. It just tells you. So we try to keep. We basically, it was a big decision too to go like, you know what? What if we got rid of the use key? You know, like using a door. What if we got rid of that? What would the game feel like? And so we did it, and it was like, yeah, maybe, you know, focus is on all the killing. But it's funny because I actually like use keys. Like, don't open the door yet, but I want to be up against the door. Like, that's one use case where that makes sense. You can see this is popping out a little bit, that brick. All of the little details are important. That there opens up a secret. And it's a quad. Also, these torches, those torches are actually just one object that we could put on the wall. And the torch itself actually is the torch holder, the fire that sits there rotating and animating, and the sound effect that it makes being a torch. And we bound that into one object, so we could just put a torch on the wall, not worry about all of the other stuff. And that was actually a big thing for us because we never had done that before. We combined several elements of an object and put it into just one entity we could just put somewhere. So let's see, gonna get that quad, and then gonna go kill things over here. Gotta go through here. You can't shortcut, you gotta go do fun. Nice. Come on, dudes. Not quad anymore. Alright. Easy. Alright, let's go get that key. Got it. What's down here? Stuff. Let's go down here and get stuff. What's down here? Cool. What happens if I shoot that? Oh, teleportation. Monsters teleporting in. But I have that key. Let's go through here and use the key right here. Okay. Oh. He's a really good aim with that. Alright. Oh man, such a good aim. This is one of those times, look at that, right through that hole. This is one of those times where it's helpful to like pre-kill stuff before it can come and get you. There's another guy up there. Yeah. Of course, famous. What? Another guy was in there. Maybe it was the same guy. I just didn't kill him. Okay. Okay, let's go up here. Did I miss anything? Did I like getting 100%? Alright. It's good. Yeah, these guys. I didn't get the secret thing yet. I like the shadow on the wall there. This guy is called the Scrag. Appropriate name. Appropriately named. Everyone knows what a Scrag is, right? We're just gonna get that just because I like getting things. Come up here, get more things. Jump. More ammo. Love it. Those hallways were always really fun to make. I did one of those hallways in my second episode. Okay, now we're going to the final. That's over here. Right through this door. And then what happens here was a real big scare for players when they pressed on this and went, oh, look at the nice blocks. Keep looking at the blocks. They're gonna fill that thing over there. Whoa, what's this guy doing? And then he jumps out at you. And there's more. More of them. Come on over. Whoop. Go through the teleporter. Be up here. Shoot these guys from up above. They don't know how to use teleporters. Or do they? Okay, good. And look at that, it's open now. And of course, more stuff. Fruit at the bottom. Alright. We get all kinds of guys in here. There's a knight in shining armor. There's that ogre idiot. He's hilarious. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Pass through the arch to exit. We are teaching players what to do. Well, it looks kind of evil to me. Stretched out faces off of people. Well, what do you expect? We're in software. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that, I missed a secret and a kill. Do I want to do that over again? What is going on? No, I don't care that much. Yeah, we had just actually quite a few different types of enemies in Quake, you know. There was more in Doom 2, but, you know, good amount for this. So yeah, with levels, episode 1, that was me, Tim, and American did those levels. Episode 2 was me, and there was every episode has a secret level. Tim did the secret level for my episode. And then episode 3 was my first level in that episode. Then American did the rest of the levels, and then Tim helped to complete some of those levels. And then episode 4 was all Sandy, and Tim did one of the levels. So, yeah, there's a lot of levels in the game. We all worked on a lot of stuff. And we took a lot of levels from 1995 that we'd been developing, and we basically finished those in 1996. And made some new ones. Let's see. Thank you. Quake level design is unmatched. Thanks. That was really fun. Yeah, Brenda has post the Quake episode credits. Glad everybody likes the game. Let's keep going. This is in the demo. Also, by the way, all the games that id Software that we published, I made all the demos that if you're just sitting there watching the game run, I make all those demos. And I don't try to play really well in the demos. I want people to kind of feel like the game is, yeah, the players get killed and take damage and all that stuff. So I wanted to make sure I was doing that. So I'm not the perfect player in those demos. You can see here, you know, like by this time, by this level, you can see that there's like so much difference. Like those ceilings with those angles, you know, like curves up there, just so much. And then these guys, we needed a zombie that felt kind of like unkillable, but they are killable only with explosives. And where are they gonna get the ammo? They're gonna rip it out of their ass right there, basically. Or rip it off their heads, pull it out of their stomach, or pull it out of the behind. There you go. How about they just shut up and jib? And then that guy, whoa, yeah, guys, have some of that. Look at that jib. Oh, also with enemies, the way that we did the jibs, it's like, how can you identify the jibs? Okay, by the head. Look at, those are zombie heads. So we thought, you know what? For jibs, why don't we keep the head of the thing that jibbed? Keep the thing. Keep the. He'll eat it. The head of the thing that gets jibbed always stays, so you can tell that thing got jibbed. That fiend is jibbed. Those zombies are jibbed. 3 heads, 3 zombies, 3 heads. There we go. That guy can eat it. There you go. He likes it. Alright. And of course I'm gonna be giving you some of that ammo so I can, because of course you used a lot of it. There's only 6 left, so I don't want to keep on throwing them out there. Plus, I got a good amount of bullets, or sorry, nails. Falls on his ass. All right. Whoa. And this is also a really cool thing to be able to see enemies up like that, and then like this guy comes out down here. Like this kind of a hallway, you know, this did not ever happen in Doom. Just even that pole right there, you know, with space above it, was not possible in Doom. And to have that guy up above another secret here, that also wasn't possible. You know, so that was really cool to come in here, be on top of a bridge that you could go under, or, you know, go over, under. Okay, I'm gonna reserve my stuff here. Also, there's what we call air control, which is really important in the game. When you're in a game and you're jumping in the air, if you can't move around after you jump in the air, that means you have no air control. Air control is being able to move while you're in the air. So you can see how I can kind of curve around corners like this. Quake has extremely good air control. This is really important for multiplayer too. People use air control against each other all the time. Secret area under here. You can see how dark things were. Things were right above this. And it wasn't just like one floor above this. You could have an infinite number. I mean, not infinite. You could have as many floors as you want above the other floors. There was no restriction there. And this here is just a nice little design for you to come into where that guy was and get out of that space. You know, so you could actually go in a circle and complete the loop, and keep coming here. And you get the ammo to kill these guys in there. That guy's gonna blow up. Oh, he's gonna get up. There he goes. Blow those guys up. Everybody gets blowed up. Alright. Okay, now this part is cool. Let's see. Andrew Holschult asked, shout out to Andrew, who's an amazing composer. Did the team hand Trent any specific notes for the music, or did you just let him free-hand it? Totally free-handed it. while we were making Quake, we needed to have audio, but of course, we needed to have a soundtrack. They had not made the soundtrack yet, but Trent was friends with somebody who did really great ambient background audio, so he gave us a bunch of tracks that we could listen to while we're making the levels to kind of make sure that, if we like those tracks, man, he's gonna be making tracks similar to that. So, make those levels to these things, and so while we were making Quake, those tracks were being streamed off the network to our PCs super fast. There was no issue with speed, sounded amazing, so we could just basically just plug in Trent stuff when we were done. But we did not tell Trent how we wanted anything to go. In fact, we were really surprised when we found out that he had done like a title song for the demo loop at the very beginning, because we didn't ask him for it, but he just did it, and it just, it's kind of iconic. It's such a great job. You can see here, oh, there's a gold key. Let's go get the gold key, and then what's going on? Zombies. So this is cool, like hiding zombies under the water. And if you were really observant, if you could even see under the water. I don't think you can see under the water here. Yeah, just barely. You can see there's a head of the guy I just killed. But then like right around here, I think it might need to be exploded. No, it went down. There it is. Right here. There we go. And then you come up here into a secret area and you get an invisible ring. The ring of invisibility. And then you just come on out. And then you get to test the ring of invisibility, and you find out that it actually works better than Doom's invisibility, because it works. And now you can go through these doors. Oh, look at him. Decided to spawn in an extra guy right out of this room. Open the door. That thing's coming down. Basically, come in the door. Those things get barred. That thing starts coming down. Oh my god, we're gonna die. Shoot that thing. And then just come down here and let it go back up. And then these guys, they were hiding in here. And now, let's see, how many do I have now? I have 31. Hell yes. Okay. Okay, this is always the way it feels, right? Oh, this is gonna be real safe. Nope, 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 nope. Look at that. We just got hit by a shambler. The shambler is a lightning blast enemy. Nope, don't let him. Okay, he's a bad guy. I don't want to get hit by his lightning gun. There he goes. Big bloody shambler. Oh! Oh my god. Okay, well, there was another shambler teleported in. I haven't played this level on hard in a very long time. The shamblers, they're not furry, that's skin. I know everybody wanted to know. That's the answer. It's not. It's skin, it's not fur, they're not furry pets. Killers. Wow, I just died on my own garbage, alright. This guy is asking for it. Eat that. There goes his head. Yeah, there it is. Alright. That guy really doesn't like it. Boom! That hurt. Wow, it did hurt. That guy up there. Look at that. So good. Just having to deal with that kind of an enemy I can just rebound. Rebound grenades. Grenades are bad news. Rebound grenades off of walls. So cool. You had to think very differently having an enemy like that. Okay. Oops, I didn't want that to happen. But I do want those. The cool thing is I can just go here. Oh wow, look at that shot. I got 3 health. Oh, just a quick, Jesus. I guess let's see if I can still live here. Secret. Is it? Yeah, that's how you got it. Yeah, look at that, more stuff. I need more health. I gotta get this stuff here. Boom. Just a cool, quick little note. We went to go see Pantera and Metallica this last weekend. And Pantera's guest guitarist that was playing Dimebag's music is Zach Wilde, who is a legend. And I got to meet him. I got to meet him, shake his hand, and tell him how amazing he was. That was really, really cool. Highlight for me. Anyway, that's what happened this weekend. Eat it. All right. Good. See, this is working out. This is working out pretty well. Look at all the healths. And the guys coming out of here. I don't really need to kill anyone. I just get out of here. You see how I do that? Now the number at the end of the level is not going to be a very high number for kills. Boom! If I don't kill them, but I could just kill them from up above. Oh wow! Look at him! Look at that idiot! All right, take whatever he's got. Okay, this is what happens. You come in here. And like, oh, I'm gonna get that. Oh no, here comes the crushing ceiling. Bam. Stairs open. All good. Easy. Just blast him. Here comes the teleporting. Yeah, right there. Oh. Never underestimate the number of scrags. Oh, he hates them. Leave my scrag alone. Ouch. Is he gonna blow up? Unbelievable. Come on, shoot him. Ow. Okay, he's dead. Jesus. There's the other one. Nope. Sorry, bro. Oh, look at that. He's smart. Wow. We died together. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should, save. I hate it. It's like failure to me. Okay. Ooh, haha. Hey, guys. Nice. Now there's that guy. He's gonna chew on that. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Okay. I gotta go down here. There's too much cool stuff. Eat it. Yeah, that's right. There you go. And then his buddy up there. That guy couldn't get away. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we put a scripting language into Quake called QUAKE'S. So we could actually do a lot of the development just in that language, so we didn't have to be doing it in C. It was really fun, really great language. Of course, John threw that together pretty quickly. It's important. Whoa. The glowing on the on those is, Jesus. The glowing on the grenades is really nice to be able to see them. Yeah. Damn. How about those guys deal with what happens? And that thing opened. Alright, let's go down here and go get some yummy stuff. Alright. Get this stuff. Go here. There's a dinging going off. I couldn't even hear that. Unbelievable. These are really good headphones. The dinging was an alarm. It was a real world alarm. Alright, come down here. Go this way. Go... Nope, I gotta go that way, actually. It's the only way out. Go back this way. Gotta get the gold key, remember? That's what this is. And those guys... They are gonna really eat it. Boom! Those guys. They were digging around, and... Unfortunate. Someone's alive? Really? You really want to do that? Boom. See y'all later. I'll kill you later. First I gotta get out of here. Then I gotta go back through that door and get the... Oh. This dude is an idiot. There you go. Okay, let's go down here already. Let's go this way. Let's go do this. Let's pop that over there. Get those things. Let's go this way and kill that. That was amazing. Whoa! Nope. 13? That was pretty cool. I think I killed that scrag. Nope. Your pain chance, bro. He has a low pain chance. Wow, nail gun it is then. Get out of here. That was close. Is there any other health, like at the front, the beginning of the level? Health? Right here? Yeah. Yep. Always remember where you see health, people. Might save you. Okay, that second guy. Where is he? There he is. If any of you were game devs, you might be surprised to know that there's no such thing as a nav mesh in Quake. There's just all the surfaces that you were walking on, and John's AI figured out how to navigate all of it with a no nav mesh. No designer hints, no nodes, no nothing to tell players or to tell the enemies where things are. It's all in the world's data. Whoa, 5 health. Huh. I think I'll go get some more health right here. Well, I don't need that then. Alright, do I have the key? I do have the key, and there's a health. Let's go over here. Alright. Okay, so, because I'm low, well, I was low health, but because I'm on lower health, I'm gonna spend more time smartly trying not to get killed. Okay, that took care of a lot of the problems with the kills at the end. Oh, there's still an idiot. That guy. No, hit him like, oh my god, are you serious? Oh, he doesn't exist, okay. Over here? Where is that guy? Where's that guy? I hear a sound. A wheezing. The soundtrack is so good. There it is. Yeah, okay, there he is. Yeah, the soundtrack, I love it. The bass, I don't know if you guys can hear the bass, but the bass of the background is so good. Yeah, Worldcraft was a really great editor. I think that was one of the first ones. Alright. Okay, this was great. This is a really fun little get used to Quake's completely random stuff, because this thing that's about to happen did not happen on any level before this. What's this? It's a diamond. Okay, let me just go over here. What? Whoa! That thing just popped out of there. Those doors opened and that huge metal block flew over here, and you would take massive damage if you get hit by it. And that's it. Random. You won't see it really again. And that's one of the coolest things about Quake, is just the weird one-off stuff that you would see. So you can't, because it's not predictable, it's still a scary game. Predictability is the death of your FPS. Alright. Come on up. Alright, now. Oh. Boom! That guy's done. Health, 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 health. Back here. Back down. Let's go. I hear them in the halls. They're moving around. Okay. This is incredible. Yeah, he just popped that over there. Yeah. Blow up. Go ahead. Oh, are those gonna bounce down here? No. This is also just such a cool, look at that. Bouncing grenades down here. This setup, this specific setup here really did not repeat itself. Like having a slope and all this. It's like, oh, just jump up these things. If you remember the first level. Not that this was repeated too much either, but open up all the monsters. Four grenades. Alright. Finally get some more nails. I needed them. I like them. Full health. Nothing. Nope, nothing in there. Disappointment. Okay. Here. This is so cool because there's a dude right up there. And he is always shooting stuff in this hallway, and it's always crazy. Yeah, that guy's fast. But they're both up there shooting grenades down. It's so crazy. And they can hit each other. Ow! Get one of these. Look at this craziness. Whoa, buddy. Alright. Oh my god. Let's get it. 15 health. And armor. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. It's another setup. What do you think? I'm gonna do this. That's gonna come down. There's a line in the wall. What does it mean? It goes sideways into the wall. Look at that. Thought you're gonna get crushed? No. Also, that little trap does not repeat itself. Okay. This is like Fiend Central here. Fiend room. Come on down. No? Alright, well I'm gonna go back up. I'm gonna go back up. Just wait. Wait for it. Don't ever tell me this thing's not going back up again. Oh wait, there's a teleporter, that's it. Now we could have actually programmed that thing to go back up again. It would have been a little bit more QUAKE'S-y, but it was something that could have been doable. You could do pretty much anything QUAKE'S-y. And I have taken a bit of damage. Let's see if there's health down here. Look at this. There's a dude who tore me up. Health? I don't think so. I think that's it. Can I? How far can I go back? This is another one of the cool things about Quake is, can I get back to where I was before? Like at the beginning? Can I pick up everything if I forget something? Like, there's a ring of invisibility right down here. What a perfect jump. Boom! Secrets. Okay. And so, I don't know if there's health in the corners here. Let's see. Just, you know, this is what you do when you're almost dead. You just go everywhere. You see there's a health, another health. Love it! You see my icon in the bottom left corner? Full health now. Alright. So you can go all the way back to the beginning of the level in Quake. All the way back. Go get more stuff. Come on back. Movement in the game, really nice. Jumping, rocket jumping, of course. I've not done that yet because I don't have it. Alright. Oh yeah, teleporter. Get me to the exit. Let's go through it. Alright. If I had hidden points of no returns in a game of secret stuff to find your monster, yeah, you're right. I'm guilty of some of that. Let's see. Let's say. Oh, jeez. Thank you so much, Andrew, for the 10 subs, and Joven Game Studios as well. Very cool for the channel gift subs. You guys are awesome. Question for John Q&A. We'll check that out when I'm doing Q&A. Okay, so here we are. I missed a kill and secret, and that is very horrible. I'm ashamed. Alright, let's see what happens here. What happens on this level. Stays on this level. Yeah, Joven Games, thanks for all the subs. That was really awesome. Very, very cool. We love you here in this channel, man. All right. Look at that, another one spawned. He's like a worm in the air. Okay, so come on down here. Where's that coming from? I see, you know, a dude up there, so we're gonna do this. What if I just kind of tossed a thing? Right there. Did that hurt? Did it hurt, bro? Yeah. Were there two of them? Just one. Okay. Shoot that. Shoot that. Secret area. And it flattened the two guys that were down here at the bottom. There was one of those knights down here. Unfortunately, I just dropped that whole thing on him. That's right. The game let you do that too. Boom. Ooh, look at this. Alright. So this was a part of the game where Quake got really cool. You know, the design, the angled rock coming out like that. You have water. In the original Quake, this water you could not see through, so it was like a big mystery. And it was like, what's gonna happen if I walk in there? And that was kind of perfectly calculated that his shots would bounce off the angle just to kind of scare you. And here's the suit. The suit is here. Yeah, the rock texture is very familiar. If you go underwater, you can see, like right here, there's some kind of thing over there. There's a dock. There's another angled rock thing here. It's a pentagram sprayed on the door. But then under here, you're in the watery area. There's just some bubbles. You could go underwater and then go up like that says. Let that blow up, and look at this. Chain gun. Chain nail gun. There we go. Yeah, you can just get in here. And the game did not make you do either of these first. It's just go ahead, pick one. And so you kind of come up here. You can go this way if you want to come out. We let you see the end of the level. This is the end of the level. Do you have the key for it? No, you don't. You got to find it. You find the silver key, then you can leave. Instead, I found ammo. Plus, look at that. Pre-kill a guy that I'm gonna see later. So there's more stuff up there. So this is really like pushing our cool 3D space, getting people to see other areas that they're gonna go to. That down here is the end of it, but then there's like this cool underwater section that we have to somehow get over there. Probably through that door out here to get that key. So we gotta go down in here. All right. K6, thanks a lot. All right. The wavy underwater effect is newer, yeah. But the original Quake did have a slight wavy effect. Whoa! That guy was chainsawing me. I don't like it. Guy up there. Yeah, look at the design of that. You got this floor. You got water. What's down here? Everybody's got to explore things. Look at that ammo in the water. Really cool. Whoa, thanks for the cheers. That's awesome. That's great. Followers and cheers. Thanks for the follows, everybody. But, you know, you're coming out here, you're seeing there's always this water. That's just like obviously cool exploration stuff at any time. You got that platform up there. You got some other platform way up there. There's like 4 levels in here. There's 1 there, 2, 3, and 4 down there. Just really cool to show players this is the future of 3D games. Nice. Oh, locked? Yeah. Oh, this door opens elsewhere. That classic line. That means that there's a button that opens that door. Gee, I wonder which one it is. Alright. Episode 5. Cool, yeah. I will keep on doing my commentary here. Whoa, look at that. I thought the door was going to open. Nope. Yeah, kill each other, guys. Nice. Okay, I came up there. Let's go over here. This door opened. More stuff. Dead. Yeah, this is a really nice gun. Look at that. Those guys got wiped so fast. Okay. Bam. Give you another taste of death. As Mickey Rourke said, a hint of death. If you ever saw the movie Barfly. Well, I guess I got the final key, but you know, I don't think I was on that platform way up there. I really should look for that because I don't want to be upset that I did not. Look at that. It's cool. How do I get up there? How do I go places? Okay. Want to be up there. Oop. That's how I came up. That's not gonna do anything. It seems high. Let me see. If I go here. See, the thing is, there's these guys up there. There was a guy up there, and there's a platform up there, and there's like rocks and stuff. Maybe that's where I'm going. Yeah, maybe that's where I'm going. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I trust that. I guess I will. Nice, nice. Yeah, this is a cool room. Let's just walk over here. Oh no! Get up. Whoop, fall down. Go over here. Go shoot those guys. Oh. Alright. I need it. Oh, I don't have any more of those. Yeah, there we go. Good way. Nice, clean fun. Alright. Oh, yeah, they shoot each other. I love it. Now, that's also mystery goo to jump into, but that's a nice smooth attack there. The problem is that that stuff hurts you, I think that green is damaging stuff. I don't want to touch it, but I do want to go up there and get stuff. So, how do I do that? How do I do that? How do I go in there? Let's just pretend. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's some more ammo in there. Oh, get out of here! Get out of here! Get that! Get ammo! Jump! Fall down. Wow! My legs. Alright. Let's see. Dark Souls fan. Giant cat enemies. Alright. Yeah, that slime was cool. Okay. Oh, this is another guy right here. Alright. No big deal. Smack the guys down there. What? I thought I shot him. Alright. See ya. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, lots of ammo. Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, there's a suit right there. I don't want to get that health. Let's just do this. Let's just go down here. Do what we're supposed to do. Right in the back. You like it? You're done. Alright. He has a buddy. And he's done. And his pack fell down here. Oh, what's down this hall? Oh, that's where the other nail gun ammo is. Alright. Cool thing is you can just come up here. Get him in the back. And I'm in the water, so he can't even actually hit me. So, lots of strategy here. Yeah, this is definitely more damaging nails. Not just faster, but worse. Worse nails! I don't want to blast all those nails. It's too good. Alright. One of the wimpiest enemies in the game. Oop. Alright, let's do this. Nice. Nice. Alright. If you go right up to that guy, he won't be shooting his thing anymore. And then you back up. And then it's a waste. Beautiful. Beauty. Oh, another one. Okay. Still pretty good on health. Ammo. Not too bad. So keep going this way. This is definitely an exaggerated swim texture, but it goes faster as you move, which it did not do in the original. So, cool effect. Let's do this. Okay. Go get that. Go jump in, jump out. This dude. Those guys are definitely gonna be shooting like that. Alright, eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat it, guys. This is surprisingly effective. It's kind of funny, it's almost like the last time when I got here. Okay. Good health. I really want to get up there. Oh. Can I shoot those? No. Well, I don't have a rocket yet. There's gotta be a way up there. There's gotta be a way. Don't waste that ammo. Hey, wait, that's not open and close. What is that? Something's open and closing. Okay. I'll just kill him with this. Easy. There are more to go. Not a certain number. Always hitting me. There it is. There it is. Yeah. That's how I do it. Check it back up. Go over here. Excellent. Sequence completed. Don't go in the slime. A secret cave is opened. Somewhere. It's maybe in front of me or behind me. We'll find out. That was an extreme hit. He got jibbed. Okay, secret cave is open. Oh, oh, oh. Alright. I need more armor. Okay, here we go. Nope, not gonna happen. A secret cave is opened. I refuse to leave. Sorry. $23 health. Guess what I'm gonna go do? Get health. Alright, let's go do this. Let's go get some health. Don't do any bad... Oh my god, seriously? And then that? No, I'm gonna do this. Health. Let's go get more. I'm gonna get up to 100 because I left a lot of health lying around on purpose. There we go. Plus, you know, a secret cave. Where could a cave be? Where could a secret cave be? Okay, well, there's health at the beginning. Let's get up here. Up, up. There's some health. Let's go down. Where's the cave? I see this room. Nothing in here special. Nope, go down. Wait, anything up here? No. Okay. Go down here. Anything secret here? No. Nope, nope, nope. Yep. There's health everywhere. I'm not gonna have any issues. Look at this. Full. Alright, I'm looking for the secret cave because I don't wanna miss a secret. I probably missed secrets. Probably have missed a few. It's alright. Wait, do I even... 1 out of 3. I have missed secrets. Okay. Okay, it's funny. I have not seen a secret cave anywhere around here yet. Oh, I never did jump down here. This would have been a really good spot for a secret. Okay. Just in case. Wait, anything Here? With a good location. Definitely want to get some air. That's close. Okay. Those are really cool. Alright. Alrighty. Cave is open. Okay, I don't see it. Still looking. Don't get killed. Alright. Is it at the end? That'd be funny if the cave was right here. No? No. I'm not touching that. There's a cave. What if it opened at the very... Oh, that hurt. Let's go to the beginning and see if there's a cave opening at the very beginning of the level. Because you can backtrack all the way to the start of the level. Where there is health and ammo. Nope. There is no secret cave here. Okay. Cool soundtrack though. Alright. I'm gonna go just retread this one more time. See if I notice. I'm also thinking that, like, just in case there's like another secret based off of blocking the wall. Okay, nothing in there. Up there would have been cool. How do I get up there? There's light. There's fires up there. I mean, God, I want to go up there. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna have to give up on whatever's up there. Okay, let's see. Huh. Okay. I stared at the secret cave 3 times now. Where is the secret cave? Is it in this room? This is heartbreaking. No, 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 it's in the water. Okay. It's in the water. Let's find the, there it is. Okay, God. Thank you. I wanted those. Yeah. Okay, there's still one more. There's still one more secret, but I can probably live without it. There it was. Fly mode. Opposite side, really? Look at that. Good job. And sometimes I put another secret back here behind the teleporter. Oh, that was the exit. Whoa. Okay. Not bad. I just needed to kill one more thing, whatever that thing was. I don't know where it is. Bam. That was interesting. That was the exit. Oh, yeah. We all know about this level. Oh, that was a secret level. Oh, yes. This is the Ziggurat Vertigo. Check it out. Look at that. It's 34 monsters and only 2 secrets. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get that when I need it. Which might be really soon. Look at these guys. Look at this. I want that. I want that. Let's go get it. Oh, it's so tough. There we go. Everything is in slow gravity motion. Wow. I will jump like this. Yeah, look at that. No problems. These bars are opened elsewhere. Alright. Probably in there. Let's do it. Let's get it. Okay. Anything? Anything? No. Alright. Second. Okay, so instead of doing the secret level, in main cave, look at edges. Nice. Okay, so we're getting gonna be getting questions from chat, which we have been compiling. Yeah, since I hit the secret level, I won't do the ziggurat vertigo, but I will answer questions. We'll answer the questions that you all have had going this whole time. And let's talk about the first one. Also, before getting into the questions, I want to again thank the original Quake team, and also Machine Games for this Machine Games and Night Dive, actually, for the remaster. So remember, QuakeCon is coming up in August, on August 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm going to be there. And us four original id founders will be there. It's, me and John Carmack and Adrian Carmack and Tom Hall will all be there at QuakeCon. And we'll be doing a panel and a bunch of meet and greets and all that kind of stuff. It'll be really cool. I also recommend signing up for our newsletter. It's at romerogames.com. It's only once a month. There's not spam. We don't share your emails. We just keep your email address so we can send you a newsletter. And I'll be sharing something unique from Bobby this month, as well as some memories of Quake. And Brenda's going to be posting the link to sign up for the newsletter. And yeah, we'll soon be joined by Giant Steve soon. Choose Giant Steve. Cool. So yeah, let's see. We're gonna get these questions. Yeah, Night Dive is definitely amazing. Love Night Dive. It's such a great job. Yeah, Machine Games, of course. They kick ass in all that they do. So let's see. Let me see here. Question time. Pop that up there. How do I feel that we still managed to run the Quake World community pretty well? Well, it's incredible. It's important for Quake to have a community that has a place to talk. Same way that Doom World is, the place for all things Doom. And yeah, it's amazing sharing all of the mods, all the cool stuff that's released. It's really, really important. Let me see. Thank you so much for making Quake levels. Oh yeah, the .map files. I put out the .map files a long time ago for people to be able to check out the source files for all the levels that were in the shareware version, and yeah, it was pretty helpful, I think, for people just to kind of see how we put those things together, especially all the crazy entities and QuakeC functions and everything. What was my favorite thing done in QuakeC ever? Jeez. I think that my favorite thing was really doing that secret door. I did a lot of other stuff, but the secret door was used everywhere. The second coolest one was probably on E2M5, the Wizard's Manse, where I had E2M4. E2M4? No, it was 5. No, it was 4. There's a really cool that death slime that you see there. There was a really cool platform that you had to ride, and as you're riding it, you're getting shot at by all kinds of stuff. That was pretty cool. Let's see. Somebody says I watched a video by Sandy Peterson. He mentioned that Quake was a character from one of your D&D campaigns. He had a hammer and an orbiting cube. Do you remember what this cube was? And can you tell us more about this character? Yeah, Quake was an incredibly powerful NPC in John Carmack's D&D campaign that we all played in, and Quake was in a group called the Silver Shadow Band that only had 5 members, and we only saw this band of characters a few times during the years that we played D&D. They were so incredibly powerful. They were solving issues around the world on the back of a silver dragon that would fly above the clouds, and you would just see the shadows. That's why they call them the Silver Shadow Band. Quake was we got to go on a really cool mission with Quake into another country in this world that most people had not been to, and it was just incredible. This mission was, we could just see Quake destroying buildings, and just he was so unbelievably powerful. He had this awesome Thor-like hammer that would come back to him after he threw it, and it felt like, that hammer weighed like an infinite, like singularity amount of weight. It would just smash everything. And the cube was called the Hellgate Cube, and it had its own intellect, and it would help Quake, and it would also just go off on its own and do things. So yeah, it was a really cool character. There were, back before Quake was released, lots of magazines out that talked about this original Quake design, this medieval design. And there was even one, I think, German magazine that had the Quake hammer on the cover of the magazine. It was pretty cool. Let's see, how has iterative playtesting of maps handled during development when compiling maps is probably very slow? Compiling maps for Quake was not really slow, because we were using Next Step workstations to do our compilations, and they were pretty quick. And for doing testing, I think we had a quick mode to do a quick BSP and light and everything, so it was pretty fast. So we didn't really have an issue. Like during later games, we had to modify the level editor to be able to save out just a little piece of a map to do a BSP, because it got to be so complex, like just a few years after Quake, that we would need to have a mini piece of a level to just test a piece of it. But during Quake, we didn't have that problem because we had Next Step workstations. They were really fast and did a really great job. And I think that we didn't have another machine at that time, I don't think, to do remote builds of levels. We didn't really need it. Quake's levels were not too big. It was because it was the first time we did 3D. But yeah, the iterative testing was just, modify the map, run the level at that point so you can actually spawn at that location. And I wrote this the editor for Quake called QUAKE'S, and that was the tool that we used to build levels and to test levels and all that stuff. But yeah, it was good question. We did play those levels unbelievable amounts of times. Like you have to play all of it. It has to feel good. The scale of the rooms, everything has to match for the entire game. So we had to feel the scale, make sure that we're using the correct metrics while we're building spaces. Sometimes, like, I see criticisms that we're playing the game all the time, but guess what? That's what game designers have to do. We have to play. We have to edit. We have to play again. We iterate until the level's perfect. In Quake, I think it shows we had to do this a lot. We had to play these levels over and over and over to understand how they felt. Like one playthrough of a level is not going to tell you everything about it. You really need to play it over and over and get every weird aspect of every viewpoint in the level and everything that could happen with the enemies, because having enemies that dynamic that are like throwing grenades and chainsaws, plus you throw other enemies in the pack. Sometimes a crazy thing would happen and go like, oh, that's not good having that guy in there. He kills all the zombies. So it was dumb to have the zombies in the same room as the ogre or whatever. Like we learned things like that while developing. Um, so yeah, it was really important that we played those levels. So anyone that was criticizing us for playing levels, that's what you do as a game designer. You have to play the game over and over a million times to get the game perfect. Let's see. Andrew Holschult asks, has there ever been a moment where you see a mechanic in a modern game and think that would have fit so well in Quake? Probably a lot. I mean, look at Half-Life 2. Like, there's incredible stuff. But, like, you can't do everything in a game that was already too full of technology like Quake was. Quake just had so much technology in it that, we needed to make a game just to showcase the technology and also show people what 3D gameplay was like. Like that mouse look was not in the game when we released it. We had it in the game, but we didn't have it on by default because it was a really important way to play games. Now everybody uses mouse look. But yeah, it's like we packed so much stuff in this game that was really important for people just to be able to play it and experience what you could do in full 3D. And we would do more in later games, if you know what I mean. Mechanics in modern games, lots of them would have been really cool in Quake. But yeah, when I look back at it, it's like I wouldn't want to pack more stuff in the game. It already had a lot. Like if you see the mixture of enemies, the mix of enemies and what they do, like all in the same place, it's very challenging. When you play single player, so many people played multiplayer Quake. A lot of people didn't really spend time experiencing the single player, but it is a scary game. It is a scary, fun roller coaster. So yeah, let's see. So the answer is just Quake turned out to be what it was meant to be. Games change, but we did everything that we needed to do in Quake. So let's see, another question. Hi John, do you think Quake would have been more of a success if I managed to follow with the original RPG design? I feel like Hexen 2 achieved a bit of that, of what you meant to do with it, with hub levels and less linear progression. No, Quake, we were a really good FPS company, and Quake, as an RPG, I don't think that like the original intent for Quake's RPG-ness was not a ton of stats. It was the feel of the environment and trying to play in that environment in a kind of a new way. It was almost like Darksiders when it came out. That was when I saw Darksiders, I was like, that was what I was thinking about for Quake. But we would have, that would have been the experiment, was trying to do some kind of game that looked and played like that. But we decided, let's just go straight ahead on this FPS design and make it. So we did that. The RPG design, we didn't do it. It's like, you can just do it in a later game, but let's get this game done. We'd already spent a lot of time making the tech, and we needed to move on, and finish the game. There was so much tech in it. Let's make the game. We had worked on it for a long time, and at that time, a year was the longest we'd ever worked on a game. So we were like, it's a year for the tech. Now we can work on the game. But like Hexen 2, I did not work on Hexen 2. I worked on Hexen 1. And Hexen 1 was great. That was hub levels, all that. That was more of a, like, my style of RPG feel in a shooter, is like Hexen style. And Quake was going to be kind of like its own Lovecraftian 3D, full 3D version, and Hexen was something that, that came out before we changed our game design in Quake to be the shooter that you see today. or people saw in 1996. So mouse look, people have been asking a bunch of questions about mouse look. So the thing about mouse look, we, in building a 3D game and having the kind of controls that we had in Doom, we were thinking, how do we expose the level to players while they're playing it? And it needs to be easy. It needs to be an easy way to play the game, because it was so nice in the Doom engine to have your view locked completely, where you're just moving the mouse left and right to look around, and when you shot, you automatically shot up at enemies. So it kept that nice and easy. And with Quake, we wanted to replicate, like, how do we add this full 3D dimension but also keep it simple? We did a lot of work before we ever added mouse look. We were having you go upstairs, it automatically looked while going up the stairs, and as you went down the stairs, it automatically looked down going down the stairs. And that was cool, but we knew that, like, as we're designing the levels, that doesn't feel good to me, because I want to look up there at that guy, but now that I'm going downstairs, I'm forced to look down. I don't want to look down. I want to look up at that guy over there, and it's like, that's going to mess up our design and the things that we could do if we force the player's view in a place that they may not want to look. So taking control away from the player's needs was something that we decided is not a good idea. And when we thought, like, what if we just use the mouse to be your head and just, like, move it around, and we're just looking with that, and we'll just use the keys, WASD and arrows on the keyboard to move around. And we did that, and we put it in. It's like, oh my god, this is so cool, but this is nuts. This is so hard to understand, like, moving around with a mouse, looking around and using your keys. It's like, people are gonna get dizzy. Let's turn it off by default, and we'll enable it later. But people, when we released the game and told people that there was a mouse look option and they could turn it on and everything, people all turned it on and were just like, they love that mode. So the second we put out the 1.1 release, it was on by default in our 1.1 release. So most people saw it on, but the people at the very beginning, it was off, until everybody accepted that using a mouse to look around in full 3D is the way forward, and then it became the standard. Let's see, can I talk about my first office or apartment? And Bobby Prince says it was fun working there with you, and and it was really small, where you could, like, share desks and a loft and stuff. It sounds a lot like fun early days of id. Can you reflect on that? When we moved to Texas in 1992 in March, we moved to a place called the La Prada Club Apartments in Mesquite, Texas. And the cool thing about these apartments is they had floor-to-ceiling, 2-story ceiling windows in all the apartments. It was super cool. Even if the apartment was 2 stories inside, it actually had a 2-story window inside, like the living room, from the floor to the second story. They were really cool. And we found these apartments. Tom and I drove around with Scott Miller and George Broussard for a while, looking at lots of different apartment complexes, and we picked this place. We all moved into it, but we also, when we were in Wisconsin, we were at, like, doing John Carmack had an apartment. We all had different apartments, but we had the company in John's apartment because he was just going to be upstairs, and downstairs could just be the 4 of us. There was only 4 of us there. So when we moved to Texas, we decided, why don't we just get an apartment just for the company? So we did that, and so we got an apartment, and that was the first actual office that was separate from where people lived. And it was a 2-story loft apartment. There were 6 people that time, because as soon as we moved to Texas, we hired Jay Wilbur and Kevin Cloud, and Kevin was an artist to work with Adrian, and Jay was our biz guy. And so that got us up to 6 people. Downstairs was John Carmack and Kevin and Jay, and then upstairs was me and Adrian and Tom. So 3 up and 3 down. And when Bobby came, uh, because the apartment was big enough, Bobby just got to have an entire giant table with his entire audio rack and everything downstairs. Plus, we had a Pac-Man machine downstairs. And Bobby did all the the sound sampling for Wolfenstein down there, and he did all the MIDI music and everything just right there downstairs. And yeah, we used to go out to lunch together every day and just talk about the game and come back and play games, make the game. This is during Wolfenstein and Spirit of Destiny time period. Um, yeah, it was really really cool. Bobby was he's just one of us. He was just there in the office when we were there, just making noise, making sounds, making music, and we're just making levels and just having a great time. Yeah, so yeah, it was definitely like a super small location with a very small team, and we just lived, making the game. And the cool thing, it might sound like, wow, you guys did that forever. Wolfenstein was 4 months of development. And that was from January of 92 to the shareware release in May 5th of 1992. And during that time, we had a trip to Sierra Online in California. And then we also moved from Madison, Wisconsin, down to Mesquite, Texas, and we did all of that and made Wolfenstein and released it in that time period. And then just about a month and a half after releasing the shareware was when we finished the other 50 levels and a hint manual to complete the whole mail order version of the game. And yeah, Bobby was there the whole time, and but it wasn't like a forever time. It was 5.5 months, like for all 60 levels and everything. But yeah, it was really cool. That first office was really really fun, and then we actually got the in November of '92 is when we moved into the Black Cube, because Wolfenstein was doing so well, and then Spirit of Destiny as well. Let's see. Lots of questions on sound effects and Trent's role. So Trent's sound effects were just the character voices in Quake. The screams, the stuff like that. That was Trent's stuff, and the all the rest of the sound effects was basically me, and Americans did sound effects too. The idea of a trip to Sierra Online is insane. Yeah, we got to hang out with Ken and Roberta Williams, go to their house, had dinner with them, got a cool tour of all of Sierra Online, in the huge like metal shed that they had in Oakhurst, California. And we actually saw a game legend there. His name was Warren Schwader. Tom and I saw him, and it was just like we got on our hands and knees and we're just like, we're not worthy. And I showed Wolfenstein to Ken on his computer there at his house. Let's see. Yeah, the sound effects were a lot of really cool. Just taking sound effects from lots of different places and merging them together. Like you can hear like a guitar riff with a computery sound for the 100 health. Like I combined those things together. Thought it would be cool. So let's see. So we're coming up on the hour here. It's getting close. 2 minutes. Coming up on the hour, and I feel like I should probably do another one of these before QuakeCon, one of these streams. I want to thank everyone again for being here and for playing our games, for caring about the art of game design and game technology. So much love to all of you gamers, game developers, and game people. I'll be back soon with Steve, who will be joining me. He's incredible. He's a literal giant. He's 6'7". Don't say it. Don't say it. But he's a gentle giant, I think. I hope. Alright, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching the stream. I'm going to be doing another one. We'll send out the message before doing it, before QuakeCon, where everybody can hopefully see some cool stuff streamed when we all get together. say hi once again. But yeah, thanks everybody, and stream is ending. Take it easy. Thanks for coming. You're all awesome. Thanks for watching me play Quake and talk about Quake. I'll do more of that. I'm going to play my second episode so I can start talking about the design of that. There's a lot of stuff happening. All right. Peace out, everybody.